close your eyes for me. And what I want you to picture is your body is made up of about 75 trillion cells. Try and picture that many zeros, that many numbers making up the building blocks of what is you. Every single one of those cells, every second of every day, is doing about 10 billion things. 75 trillion times by 10 billion is a lot more noughts than I want to count. But that's what makes up the building blocks of you, of your human experience, of your joy, of your passion, of your drive, of our sorrow. Alright, you can open your eyes. Those little cells, those little building blocks of your body help you to get to where you want to be, help you to fulfill the important things in your life, whether it's family or work or traveling or playing sport. Whatever drives you is created by the energy from inside those cells. Now, I've always been very, very interested in human potential, how to try and get the most out of a person. And this started when I was really young. When I played sports as a youngster, I was a swimmer and water polo player, and I played rugby, and I played football, I played cricket. I tried everything I could get my hands on. And I was always the guy taking the team through new stretches and trying a new supplement, or trying a new diet, or a new way of training, just to try and eke out the extra little bit of potential. And now I was never the best in the team, so I had a lot of time to try these new things and try them out on other people. So then it came time for me to try and decide what to do with my life once you finish school. There's some unwritten law somewhere that says by the time you're 18 you have to know what you want to do with the rest of your life. And so I looked at medicine and I looked at physiotherapy, because those seemed the two conventional ways to go. But what I realized was that in conventional medicine we look at what's wrong with the person, not what's right, just like we heard 2 seconds ago. And so then I found chiropractic, and the message behind chiropractic as a simple basis is find the reasons for health and help to foster them. And so I did that through university, and then got a job with the South African men's hockey team. My first job out of university, I was the medical officer for a national sports team. So doing really well in sports, looking for performance enhancement, but I found it was too narrow a range. So then I went on to corporate wellness, and I helped companies to eke out the best out of their people with getting a reward from their investment in me and my time. And again, I got into one of the biggest companies in South Africa. We did really well, but again, the range was too narrow. So I decided I needed to leave. So I left South Africa, came to work in Scotland, and I figured if I could work in the west of Scotland and help to foster vitality there, I would definitely be doing something on a much broader range. And no disrespect to any Scots here, but west of Scotland, not generally the healthiest part. Great people, fantastic people. So I've been there for the last 4 years, traveling the world, and doing huge amounts of research and trying to find out what creates health. Not how to make people less sick, but what creates health. And I realized very quickly that I needed to use new words. So again, close your eyes for me and I'll show you why. On a scale of 0 to 10, I want you to rate your health. But before you give yourself a rating, listen to what the numbers actually mean. 10 out of 10 is the best you could possibly be. Not pie in the sky, what's realistic for you? So the best moods, the best energy, the best drive, the best fitness, feeling and performing at your peak. When you get to about 7 out of 10, you're nothing quite wrong, but your energy is more up than down, mood's more up than down, you don't quite feel as good as you have in the past. 5 out of 10 is a neutral point where nothing good, nothing bad. You drop under 5, suddenly we start getting aches, pains, niggles, maybe mood's more down than up, energy more down than up. We get into the 3s, 2s, 1s, and suddenly we have chronic or severe conditions coming through, depression coming in, low energy coming in, or major crises in your life coming in. Okay, you can open your eyes. Now, on that scale of 0 to 10, I'm not going to ask you to give me your number because that should be quite intense and personal to you. Is there anybody that's below 5 here? Okay, a couple. Anybody above 7? Okay, a couple, more than average. Because I've done this to thousands of people before, and the average is people are somewhere between 5 and 7 out of 10. But if I had to walk up to you and say, are you healthy? The answer would be yes. So since when did we start thinking of health as living your life at 50 to 70% of your full potential? When did we start thinking that it's normal to miss out on the top 50 to 30% of your potential for a full, happy, healthy, fulfilled life? When did we start teaching our kids that 7 out of 10 was the best they could be? Because then they'll recalibrate and make 7 their 10. And that's one of the reasons why the generation that's being born now is being touted as the first ever they would have a lower life expectancy than their parents in reported history. So that 5 to 7 out of 10 is what we call healthy. So I ditched the word health and I'll talk about vitality. Vitality, 8 to 10 out of 10. And in that realm of 8 to 10 out of 10, imagine what we could accomplish as human race. We've done so much in what we're doing. It's 5 to 7 out of 10. Imagine what we could be doing at 8 to 10. Imagine what you could be doing at 8 to 10 out of 10. More energy, more focus, more drive, more enthusiasm, feeling better about yourself, having better relationships. And the great thing is it all comes down to lifestyle. We've got a genetic code within each and every one of us that is programmed for this vitality, this 10 out of 10. If you took every strand of DNA in your body from every single one of your 75 trillion cells and laid it out end to end, it would get you to Pluto and back. So far you have to measure it in light days. 4.2 light days. So my easy question for tonight, and I'm running ahead of time so I'll probably be done shortly, but my question is, what's your potential? What could you do at 8 to 10 out of 10? You'd be a better mother, lover, partner, employee, employer, sportsman, sportswoman, artist, contributor, philanthropist. What's your potential? What are we missing out on that we're genetically designed for, that we have within us? It's our innate potential for vitality. That's a cool question. That's what I ask myself every single morning, and that's what I ask my patients every single day. Give them a nudge towards it. And you can make it easy. Change doesn't have to be hard. You can make it easy, you can make it comfortable, you can make it sustainable, and most of all, effective. And each and every single one of us can do it. I'll leave you with one little question here. Does everybody here know one thing they could be doing that would help to raise them up towards 10 that they're not doing? Great. So you don't need a what, all you need is a why. When the why is big enough, the how and the what takes care of itself. So what's your potential?